how to deal with round kicks. You see these a lot from Thai boxers. They're coming around, and these people practice these very, very hard. They're trying to go for full power, and they develop a lot of power in it. So I'm going to show you some specifics as to how I've trained over the last 28 years in order to handle these. Now, what we will do is we will check them, okay? But we're going to check them in a Wing Chun way. And when we check them, we're going to do so with two main things that we've developed. Number one is we're going to condition our shins. Any Wing Chun practitioner needs to condition their shins. Just like you condition your arms with conditioning exercises, lap sao, and maybe even other Sam Sing Sao. There's different drills that you can do that are Kung Fu based drills that condition you. We should have our ulnas and we should have our shins conditioned. Both of them should be used to taking contact. So if you are a Wing Chun practitioner and your school or wherever you're training is not conditioning the shins, start to condition them. The simple way to condition those shins is actually just take a little stick and just start hitting on them a little bit, and then after a while you're gonna get better at that, and then you can actually hit things harder and harder and harder. It'll always hurt a little bit, but it just will hurt less, and you're gonna get naturally used to this, and the pain just will not be nearly as much as when you started. I know the shins can be very sensitive at first. Now, the second part of understanding how to check kicks in a Wing Chun way, these round kicks, is to understand Wing Chun structure, okay? Wing Chun structure deals with tucking the origins of the limbs. We're talking about the legs, so we're gonna assume that leg kick is that's coming around, and they're coming and they're kicking around, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to make sure we have Ting Yiu. Ting Yiu is where we take the pelvis and we curl it underneath to straighten the back. What this does is it connects our spine into the ground. So it connects our bones to the ground, so that when someone comes into us and hits us, what they feel is the solidity of the ground. So notice my back here. Now, as they are coming around, I'm going to bring my leg up in this fashion. My knee is going to generally point towards where that energy is coming. My toe points towards the center line. So my energy is still going towards the center line in a rounded structure. My small of the back is here, and let them hit that. Once you have that good structure, man, time and time again, I've had people come and do those round kicks to me, and they are the ones that are going to get hurt, okay? Now, there's another part to this. Make sure you have good forward energy, just like all Wing Chun. Don't go and do a leg kick like this, or a leg check like this, okay? And take it into the small around your ankle or just above the ankle on the shins. You're not trying to do that. What you're trying to do is you're trying to go into them, okay? Notice the extension of my foot. My foot is going to their center, just like everything in Wing Chun spirals into their center. Whether it's a tan, a bong, same thing on this. We actually refer to this move as a tan gurk. Other people refer to something else, whatever. Bottom line is, can you do it? So, boom, okay? Now, as they come in, a lot of times, they land on the stronger part of your shin. That's the bottom half of the shin. And what lands on that bottom part of your shin is or the top part of your shin is the bottom part of their shin, right? So the weaker part of their shin, the lower part down by the ankle, is what lands. Time and time again, when people kick, and it's not 100% obviously, but most of the time, my experience, most of the time when they're kicking, they're running into this. Just like when someone runs into an elbow the forearm and the elbow, man, that really, really hurts. So anybody in Wing Chun that knows structure and has felt structure and has felt whether it's punching, somebody's trying to punch you, or coming around with a leg, it's the same concept over and over. So when you learn and understand Wing Chun structure and you felt it from someone else, here's the key. A lot of people today are just learning online, and they don't really have someone that can actually do this stuff. Okay? So the key is, are you around somebody that can actually do this stuff to be able to teach you, that has the experience to do that? And then, the other thing is, if you do have a lot of hands-on instruction, it's low level. It's lower level. That's the reality of it. So between the, those just learning online or those learning from low-level practitioners, if you don't know how to do it, you're going to think it's not possible, and then what's going to happen is you're going to look elsewhere. So you may look elsewhere into Thai boxing for your answers against the Thai boxer because you just don't know your Wing Chun. But again, let me come back to those things that I was talking about. So I guess there's actually 3 specific things. One is conditioning the shin, and the second is the check. But when you do that check with structure, I guess the second thing is the structure with the check. But when you do that, you're going to combine your structure and your root with a forward energy that spirals forward upon impact. Boom! Boom! Okay? Making sure you're here. Now be careful. Don't come out of your root when you're doing that. You need the ground. You need the solidity to have them, when they come into you, you need that solidity so that it feels solid upon impact. So this is exactly how you handle a round kick. Let me know what questions you have. Again, I'm Sifu Adam Willis. I've been doing this for 28 years. I've met a lot of Thai boxers and all kinds of different martial artists over the years, and I want to try to help you as much as possible. But again, those of you that don't have the experience and feel what it means to try to hit somebody with good structure, you're gonna have a hard time believing this because you haven't experienced it. Experience is everything, and experience is that opportunity. You're gonna doubt some things because you just haven't experienced it. So anyway, that is what it is. I also, now, I do have an online program, even though I'm saying you need a teacher, it's true. I do have an online program for beginners to get started. In the end, you cannot fully learn Wing Chun. You can learn maybe about half, maybe a little less than half online. However, you can learn some Wing Chun online. So those that say you cannot learn Wing Chun online, they're saying you can't learn the whole thing online. Or maybe they're saying you can't learn anything, but that's not true. The truth is you can learn some beginning things, some basics, some forms, some concepts, and things like that, so you can learn about half, like I was saying. My 90-day program is at wingchunlessons.com. So this is specifically for beginners that come around and maybe they don't have a teacher in the area to get started, or maybe they just don't have the time to get into class, or what have you. So wingchunlessons.com, you're going to find my Sum Tao form. You're going to find wooden dummy. You're going to get right into that from the very beginning. I know that's not the traditional way of teaching. Traditionally, you have to wait a long time to get into the wooden dummy. I don't do that. I've learned traditionally, but at the same time, I'm very progressive in kind of my training methods. But anyway, wooden dummy, Sum Tao, simultaneous attack and defense, concepts, structure. Even we get into the basics of energy and pressure work in this 90 days. So a lot of stuff. wingchunlessons.com. I'm Sifu Adam Willis. Thank you much.